Hello, grade 6. How are you? For today, we are going to discuss personal identity found on pages 4 to 7 of your social studies book. We will learn to identify some of the influences that help form a personal identity. First, let us be familiar with some of the keywords found in this lesson. Gender. It tells whether a person is male or female. Ethnic. The people within a population who have the same national or cultural tradition. Stereotype. An oversimplified idea about a person or group that is widely believed. Nationality. The official status of belonging to a particular nation. Who are you? When you're asked this question, you might answer by stating your name, your gender, your age, your nationality, parents, or your hobbies or likes. These answers that you give tell who you are. This lesson looks at personal identity and the influences there are on the formation of an identity. Identity and family. Our personal identity develops over time, and many different factors contribute to the process. Families instill and pass on certain values to their children. For example, if a person grows up in a family where honesty is seen as being important, then that value is likely to become part of that person's identity and character. Many of the values passed on in families are cultural. Identity and gender. Gender is an obvious part of a person's identity. In many societies, men and women have been understood to have quite different roles and responsibilities. These roles and responsibilities for males and females can change over time. Can you cite evidences of this? Yes! There are now female government ministers, engineers, doctors, and others. Can you suggest why it might be good for fathers to have an active role in bringing up their children? That's right. They can be good role models since they are more involved in the family. Identity and race. A person's ethnic background or race has also an important influence on identity formation. At a simple level, this is the process we go through that allows us to tell a chair from a table. Even within that simple grouping, we would recognize that we might call several times chairs. Each of them could have very different features and properties. This is an important point because race can be used by some people to explain their identity. It can also be used by some people to stereotype a whole group of people, like race, as having the same characteristics. All the people within an ethnic or racial group are individuals with their own personality, characteristics, and identity who are able to form their own views and opinions. Racial stereotyping can lead to terrible consequences. Identity and nationality. The influence of nationality and culture on identity is complex. This aspect is important in today's world because so many people have migrated from their countries of birth to live in other parts of the world. In the 1950s and 1960s, many people left places such as the Caribbean and India to live and work in Britain. Many of these people have taken British citizenship, and the children and grandchildren have all been born in Britain, and so they are British. However, many maintain the traditions of their family's cultural heritage and also identify themselves as being Indian or Caribbean. While it is good to feel a sense of belonging to a particular country and to experience a certain amount of pride to having a national identity, it is important to avoid this becoming a feeling of superiority, looking down on others as inferior. Identity and social groups. Outside of the family, the people who have the greatest impacts on us are the ones in the groups to which we belong. We identify ourselves with certain types of people and with people with similar interests. Can you tell some of the qualities or characteristics of people in your group? Identity and social institutions. Identity formation is partly achieved through understanding how we fit in the society in which we live. The 5 basic social institutions that influence this process are the family, government, economy, education, and religion. These are found in one form or another in all human societies. You have seen already the important role the family has. The government has control over how a country is ordered and how it operates. We understand who we are as individuals, partly in response to the way in which we are governed. Economy is a system that creates employment opportunities and enables people to contribute to the society. For many people, their working role is an important part of their identity. Education is one way in which knowledge, skills, and attitudes are passed on from one generation to the next. As individuals within a new generation receive this input, they will be influenced in how they understand themselves. Religion is an important part of life and acts as guiding principle for many. In Muslim countries, Islam is the focus and guide for all activities and an obviously important part of a person's identity. Now that you have identified some of the influences that help form identity, can you tell how you respond to different issues that come your way? Think of the influences there have been on your way. Understand your own identity. We will discuss this in class. I hope you learned something about personal identity today and be ready for sharing and discussion when you come to class in school. I will see you again next time. Goodbye, grade 6.